I wonder if Kurt Cobain is the reason the 27 Club exists.
Oh no, there has to be.
I bet I think it's a phenomena that actually came about during the internet age.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we hear on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers podcast.
We made it.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, Smoke?
Oh man, I'm good.
It's a beautiful Tuesday.
Tuesday morning.
You know,
Yeah.
Bright and early. We didn't had our cup of coffee. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to get at it.
Today's topic, Smokey.
Oh man, this is morbid.
Morbid, really?
Oh yeah, by definition, this is morbid.
Well, before we get into it, let's if according to the thumbnail, I'm sure you guys have seen the thumbnail on the title.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're going to be talking about the 27 Club.
27 Club.
Now, if it's okay with you, I'd like to give out what Wikipedia's definition of the 27 Club.
Yeah, definitely.
So the 27 Club is an urban legend that popular musicians, artists, and actors die at age 27 with statistically anomalous frequency. Mm-hmm. Although the claim of a statistical spike for the death of musicians at that age has been repeatedly disproven by research, it remains a cultural phenomenon documenting the deaths of celebrities, many noted for their high-risk lifestyle. Because the club is entirely notional, there is no official membership.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, yes,
well, I mean,
don't try to join the 27 Club, okay? Don't.
Yeah, exactly. And you need to be famous first, so.
Yes. We're not there yet.
Okay, so they're saying statistically it's not really a phenomenon. Is it not, though? 27 is not an average age to die.
Why would it not be a phenomenon?
Maybe they're saying because there's this many people that died at 27, but there's also about the same number that died at 28, and then about the same number died at 29. Maybe that's what they're going off of for their reasoning. Do
you think it's like if you had to take everyone who died between the ages of 21 to 28, that was a musician, an artist, a painting, a sports player, 21 to 28, do you think the majority of them died at the age of 27?
Oh, that would be something to research. I mean, from what they're saying, maybe it's not necessarily an abnormal rate that happened at 27.
Right.
But then again, it's still kind of weird, right?
But that's the thing. Why? Okay, I know phenomenon, but why make it weird? Is it possible this isn't just some big coincidence? I mean, because think about it.
I mean, that would be the Occam's razor of it, right? Like, it just so happens that when you're famous at a young age, people tend to die after that big boom in popularity due to their lifestyle at that age.
Right.
But I don't know. I would like to see the statistics to see how many people died at 25, died at 26, died at... Tupac was 25, right?
Tupac, yes, he was 25. I think, yes, which, man... There's some weird things with Tupac. Like, everything adds up to 7. 2 plus 5 is 7. But if you guys don't know the Tupac story, check that out.
Yeah.
But no, the thing with the 27 Club is, like, I've actually heard of some new... Like, it's like a thing in hip-hop nowadays where some artists want to be a part of the 27 Club. Like, Lil Uzi Vert, he's like, I will leave this earth at the age of 27. I think he's older than that now. But, I mean, we'll go through a few names here who are some of the most popular people in this genre, but in this tragic situation, I guess, calling it the 27 Club.
Yeah.
I want to preface that we're not, if you're young and you don't really know what's going on here, this isn't a club that you join. This is something,
no.
you don't want to do it.
Just by happenstance, you end up in there.
Exactly. I mean, but the weird thing to me about it is that it seems to happen to people at the height of their
popularity. Yes. And that's what I mean, okay, so let's say that most artists probably, I don't know that it happens this way nowadays, but most of the people who are going to become mega successes tend to hit that the trajectory tends to hit somewhere around 20, 21, 22 maybe. And there is a motto that goes along with a young artist who are in the limelight, who are living this lifestyle. They would rather die than fade away, because that's your legacy, right? If you die at the top of your game, they never get to see you fall off.
Wow, I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching this short on YouTube. Excuse me, but they said how Eminem's getting so much hate from everyone now, like people trying to diss at him right now.
Well, that's happened his whole career. But...
Yeah, I mean, but lately it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's been going crazy lately.
I heard Big Boy from, not Outkast, Big Boy the radio host.
Mm-hmm.
They said Eminem, he is the biggest, but and this is gonna sound kind of messed up, but if Eminem died like at the height of his career, dude, it would be the biggest thing ever.
Yeah,
it would be I mean, you're talking about one of the most popular people on earth, one of the greatest rappers of all time. If he died like after his third, fourth album, before you could see
when he was 27.
Yes.
You know what though? He was one of the artists that hit a little bit later in life. So really, he was like 28 by the time his second album came out.
Well, taking him out of the 27th Club, but just saying, if he were to go,
like say he went out after
Stand,
or
The Way I Am. It's like, dude, that was huge, and it shows that it is a phenomenon, but it could be, and I was gonna say it could have something to do with you had mentioned your lifestyle earlier and doing drugs. But I would say Eminem doesn't do drugs. That's
what's crazy is on this list. It's not all just drug use. Some of them are murder. Some of them, apparently, a lot of them are traffic accidents and things like that. Wow. I mean, that could be chalked up to you also have a propensity to drive really fast. You have these really fast cars.
That's the thing. It's living young and reckless.
Yeah, that's it. Reckless. Yeah, in all aspects of life, and that's why there is that phenomena that happens to where these megastars will die at a young age.
See, that word gets me though. Is it really a phenomena? Like seeing UFOs, that is a phenomena, but
well, that's what the article seemed to be. The article that you just read, they seem to be trying to disprove that it is a phenomena.
I want to Google what the word phenomena is. I mean, exactly what that means. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's an extraordinary anomalous event that doesn't happen very often,
Right.
So that would be a phenomenon.
All right, so phenomenon, a fact or situation that is observed to exist or happen, especially on whose cause or explanation is in question. So glaciers are unique and interesting natural phenomena. But so that's what I'm saying. Is phenomena the right word to use in this? Or is it just, hey, we're
normal?
Yeah, I mean, think about how many people there are in the world. Okay, now think about how many famous people there are in the world. I mean,
it might just be a normal ratio.
Yeah, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here because the 27 Club is a real thing, but that's a label that we have put on it.
Yeah.
We have labeled it the 27 Club, when in all reality, there's probably a 32 Club.
Yeah.
There's probably a 20.
Of course, there has to be.
Yeah.
Just by sheer statistics alone, there has to be also a 32 Club, a 33 Club, a 34.
That's what I was going to earlier, though. Do you think 27 is the highest number in that statistic?
I don't know. See, that's something that would have to be researched there, because like I was saying, it may be the same for 26. I think just at some point in time, somebody said, you know what, I like all these artists. I like Kurt Cobain. I like Amy Winehouse. I like Janis Joplin. They all died at 27. So then they started digging deeper. And it turns out that Jim Morrison died at 27.
I mean, just this list here, they got Kurt, like you said, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse.
Let's go through the list. Let's go one by one.
All right, so Kurt Cobain. We spoke on him recently on I think it was our first reiteration of the Trash Talkers podcast about him and Courtney Love. But even though the tragic situation that happened, height of his career, very popular.
Yeah.
Guess what day? Guess how old he was when he died? He was 27.
I wonder if Kurt Cobain is the reason the 27 Club exists.
Oh no, there has to be.
I bet I think it's a phenomena that actually came about during the internet age, after Kurt Cobain's death. But I bet he's probably the most popular. I mean, maybe you could say Jimi Hendrix.
I would say Jimi Hendrix, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
But
and that may be it. It may be Jimi Hendrix and Kurt Cobain. Somebody was looking at it. Wow, they both died at 27.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Amy Winehouse died at 27.
You know who else did too?
Jim Morrison died at 27.
Yes.
Janis Joplin died at 27.
Bro.
So then somebody writes a story about it, or a blog or anything like that, and other people pick up on it and they go, this is a thing. These artists are dying at 27 for some reason, not taking into account that, there might be the same ratio dying at any other age. That's why I would like to see the statistics, if there is any, if anyone's ever done the research.
So I just Googled who was the first member, or the earliest recorded member of
Robert Johnson, I bet.
No.
Who was it?
A club composer named Alexandra LeVay, who died on January 17th, 1892.
1892. Wow.
So, well, I mean, but see, like you were saying, somebody was probably looking. I was like, "No, Kurt Cobain died at this age," and and then when they go back to look, they doing more research. Like, damn, this is actually a real phenomenon.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it comes about. I think that's how these folklore things come about. I'd be willing to bet there was not someone in 1901 saying, I really like that composer.
Yeah.
He died at 27. Let's start looking into how many people died at 27.
Well, back then, with the limited health care and, penicillin and,
there definitely was a lower mortality age.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you were doing good to make it past 50.
Yeah, like, let's go back to the day, like, like Plato, or Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
In these incredible poems, that he was Edgar Allan Poe was a fascinating celebrity during that point in time.
Yeah.
Damn.
You think about this. If you are now middle aged, let's say you're anywhere from like 35 to 55, which is about middle age, right? Mm-hmm. You've had some sort of event in your life that you would have already died from if you lived 500 years in the past.
What do you mean?
They didn't have antibiotics back then.
No. That's what I said, penicillin. I don't think that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like most of us have already had an event. If you're watching this and you are of age, most of us have already had an event in our life that we could have died from if it wasn't for modern medicine. So back in those days, you're doing good to make it past 50.
Have you had an incident like that?
I had cellulitis.
Okay, hold on. Let's do it like this. Me and you being rappers at the and guys, I'm not tooting our horn here, but where we are from, Covington, Georgia, Smokey's done gatherings. We've done songs with huge artists. We make music almost every week. So, and we've been doing this forever.
Many years.
Forever, literally.
Yeah.
So when you were 27, probably the height of Smokey Ramirez.
Yeah,
at
that was about it. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
At 27, was there anything that you can remember that was like, damn, dude, I missed the bullet by hair?
Probably, yeah, and substance induced, yeah.
I don't have a good enough memory to remember that. Like, I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, maybe not the specific case, but it definitely wasn't like modern medicine saved me at that time or anything. But
right.
There's definitely times where anyone who has been an addict in the past can say that there's probably times where they've been close and didn't even realize it at the time.
Can I put out some personal information about myself? Yeah. You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. So, younger trash talkers, close your ears, and to the trash talkers watching the podcast, thank you guys for this episode. But I'm gonna put something out here. It surprises me that I'm not dead, because when I was 21, 22, 23, we would hang out and go skiing.
Yeah.
And so your heart is doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
And when it's time to go to bed, you know what I would do? I take 2 Tylenol PMs, I take a Xanax, and I drink a pint of vodka while my heart's doing this.
Yeah, that's not good.
And I mean, literally, your heart's going this to.
Well, see, that's something you could survive at 21 that you couldn't survive at 61 or even 51, maybe.
Dude,
maybe even 41.
Yes, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like, you were talking about modern medicine or being addicted to substance abuse or substance abuse. to this day, that still blows my mind. That once that last little line's gone, all right, time to take 2 Tylenol PMs, drink a pint of vodka, and take a Xanax, and I'm asleep because I don't want to be up all night. The fact that my heart took a complete 360. How did that not kill me? Like how?
Because you're young and virile at the time.
What the hell does virile mean?
It just means you're stout. You're hardy. You can handle it.
Dude,
yeah. I mean, usually you think of virile meaning sexually.
Oh well, yes, I most definitely
ready to go.
Ready to
that
go.
age, yeah.
I mean, not when you're on that and just live noodle.
Well, that's the thing too is. Most people, especially growing up in modern culture, most people have experimented in their younger days with certain substances. Mm-hmm. I would be willing to bet more people, especially in city culture, and it may be even in country
I would
culture,
say, if not more in country culture.
I would say more people have experimented in their younger days than have not. So it's not like you're just admitting to something heinous or anything.
No.
Because I think so many people do that.
Yes. And, from day one, even through our reactions and, our podcast that we're doing, from day one, me and Smokey have said, this is us. This is as genuine as it gets. There's no script that we go by. There's nothing that we read to try to say, hey, this is as organic as it possibly can get. Mm-hmm. So, and I felt like it was a need for me to share that experience because, looking at the 27 Club, it's like, dude, I definitely could have been there. Like you were talking,
absolutely.
You were talking about Kurt Cobain,
mm-hmm.
Amy Winehouse. Wasn't it a drug overdose?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, alcohol maybe.
Was it?
I think it might have been alcohol. Look, hold on. I bet I have the list still pulled up.
So with Amy Winehouse, I mean, let's see, what you got there?
Where is Amy? There's so many people on this list.
And good luck finding that because it's not in alphabetical order there, brother.
Yeah, exactly. I think I wonder if it goes by. Yeah, it goes by the age or by the time period that it happened.
Yeah, but I mean, at the height of her popularity, she
was probably born in the 70s.
Amy Winehouse?
Yeah, maybe early 80s.
I would say probably.
Oh, 80. She was born in 83.
Yeah, 83. So cardiac arrest.
Alcohol poisoning.
Oh, alcohol poisoning. Okay.
Well, I mean, she made the whole song. They tried to make me go to
that
rehab.
Is exactly where I'm going, Smokey. Yeah. They try to take me to rehab.
Yeah.
I say no. Or there's also a rapper you guys probably aren't familiar with. If you know who Chief Keef is, that's that. I don't like his one of his best friends. God dang it, Fredo Santana. He made a song called saying, "I'm gonna sip until the day I die," mm-hmm. and he died from sipping codeine cough syrup at 27.
That's being young and rebellious.
Yeah, but do you think it has something to do with speaking it? Like, hey, at 27, if you just keep, like you said.
Oh yeah, there's definitely an aspect of speaking things into reality and manifesting it. I know for a fact in my life I have wrote songs, strictly fictional songs, that ended up coming true because it's a song that I did. I recorded it, I put it out there in the universe, and eventually those things came true, not meaning to make them come true. Well, it just happens. Like, there's something about putting it out there in the universe, and you, especially with a song, you're listening to it back and it's getting played over and over by countless numbers of people. You are manifesting something that you may have had no intention of manifesting.
Right, and that's the law of attraction. You speak it and it'll come. The more you say it, the more you say it, and it'll come. And what makes it so interesting about the songs, because I've had similar situations, and I'm sure most of the artists on this list right here has had similar situations. Mm-hmm. But remember when me and you first started the Trash Talkers? We wrote something on a piece of paper. Yeah, and it's happened.
It happens. Yeah,
same. And then
I think it was DDP that actually one of the first people I ever heard talk about the law of attraction. He always had this motto. He said, "If you think it, ink it." Meaning, if you think about it, write it down, and give yourself a time frame, mm-hmm. and eventually, even if you reach that, you're going to realize that you have made strides to make it come true. Even if you don't quite reach the timeline, you still are much closer than you were in the beginning.
It's called a vision board.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the same thing.
I mean, it's interesting that, like, I'd be curious to know what Kurt Cobain's last song was before, he passed at 27. What was Amy Winehouse's?
Well, we do know Jim Morrison. That was Riders on the Storm.
Wow, that was his last one?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, you see how it's like you write it, you speak it, and this is literally the law of attraction, dude. You have to be careful. Like, listen, my mom always told me there's 4 things you never wish on people. You never wish jail, you never wish death, you never wish unemployment, and you never wish addiction. Those are 4 things you never wish on people. Yeah. So if you're an artist that are singing these songs, or even talking about like you beefing with somebody, and you saying, no, I hope this happens, you hope this happens to you, and you're speaking it into the existence. So now it's
if it does happen, you're probably going to feel bad about it, because you're going to realize, I may be responsible for that.
Yes, and in this day and age, they might use that shit in court.
And, of course, yeah. But in your younger days, you don't care. Like, there's just something about you. Who was it? I think it was Dr. Drew that says, people, or he says men specifically, men do not become men until after the age of 30. So basically, before the age of 30, your hormones control you. You do things that you don't mean to do.
Interesting.
You think that you are doing what you want to do, and then when you grow up, you realize, I don't really want to go through all that stuff that I was saying I wanted to back in those days.
You got a point.
Yeah, I mean, kids are rebellious. That's just how
I think that's what the majority of the 20, and I'm sure, like you said, some were accidents, some may have been freak accidents or car accidents.
Let's look up Robert Johnson, because I thought he would have been the first.
Yes. Now, while you're looking up Robert Johnson, guys, if y'all don't know who Robert Johnson is, he was a rock and roll, a blues guy. He played the guitar, but he did not know how. A lot of people say he's the first person to sell his soul to the devil.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he did not know how to play blues. He did not know how to play guitar. This guy disappears.
They said, as a matter of fact, his peers in the Mississippi Delta blues scene said that he was the worst guitar player they'd ever heard.
The worst. He leaves for what, about a week or 2, 3 weeks?
No, I think it was a few months. Like, it was months.
Comes back and phenomenal. Phenomenal.
And they said he came back and somehow he was the best player we had ever heard.
Now, one could chalk it off and say, hey, practice makes perfect.
Yeah. But it was a short. That was the thing they were saying too, is that it was a very short time period. Yes, he was gone for, I don't remember the exact, 6 to 9 months or whatever it was.
Right.
But they said it wasn't long enough for him to be as proficient as he was when he came back.
I mean, it's like he left, like me playing a freaking guitar left-handed, and he comes back as Jimi Hendrix or Alex Lifeson, or just an amazing guitarist. But what
you know what's crazy is his cause of death is unknown.
Oh, even more spooky.
It is. It really is.
What year is this?
He died in 1938.
1938.
That's crazy, because he could have been, B.B. King for all we know.
Yeah. I mean, if y'all don't know the story behind Robert Johnson, y'all
it is fascinating.
It's definitely,
and he's one that actually, I know a few artists throughout history have done this, but he was probably the first on record to say, I sold my soul to the devil. I met the devil at the crossroads in Mississippi. I signed the contract. I told him he could have my life, and he gave me the gift of music.
Would you sign your soul?
You've asked me this plenty of times on this show.
Well, now let me add some preface to it. Okay, I know you want to know the stipulations.
Yes.
Okay. What if it was, hey, all right, your kids, your family, your kids' kids will be taken care of, all right? But only thing that's going to happen to you is whatever you make yearly now, you make 3 times less than that for your rest of your life. But when you pass, your kids will be taken care of. You okay with that?
Which may be what happened to Robert Johnson in the end. I mean, I guess he probably did. There wasn't a lot of money to be made in the scene back then.
Right.
But
in this situation, they said, hey, let's say you're making, $80,000 a year. So we're going to get you, I'm going to give you $18,000 a year, and that's it. You're going to have to deal with that for the rest of your life. $18,000 a year. But when you go, your kids will be set.
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is, no, I would never just sign that without knowing the stipulations. I need to know if there really is a hell first.
Okay, well,
I need to know what it's like there. I need to know what I need to do for you in the afterlife. Because I'm sure the devil, if he exists, doesn't just say, okay, I'm just going to take your soul and you'll just hang out with me.
Well, no,
we'll have fun together.
You won't be able to go to fancy restaurants. You won't be able to buy nice cars, but your kids will be when you die.
But
those are the stipulations.
No, I would not do that. because I still have the chance to set that up for them myself.
Good
and
point.
Probably take care of myself
Good
along
point.
the way either.
Good point.
I mean, if I keep working, I can make all this stuff happen without losing, falling into some servitude in the afterlife to a guy that I don't even know exactly what you do.
Man, that's so crazy. We were talking today, me and a friend of mine were like, I might be a little too out there to talk about it on the podcast.
Is it?
But would you for $1 million? For $1 million? $1 million? Just for five seconds.
I don't know.
5 seconds, bro.
Nobody knows that really. Everybody can say they would do what they want to do until they are faced with that situation and they say, okay, here's $1 million. Are you going to do whatever despicable
Hey,
act?
Mike Tyson said it best. He said, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
Yeah. And the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, said it best. Everyone has a price.
Oh, well, everything has a price.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean, you can suffer through some things. Like that, the stipulation. You know what you have to suffer through to get that $1 million. You know it right up front.
5 minutes, I'll be like, okay, is anybody going to be around? Is there going to be any recording? And I'm joking. I don't know, man. I don't know. But
nobody really knows until they're in that situation.
I would probably say no, though.
Has their ideals and what they want to happen. But the fact is, if you're going to sell your soul, I need to know what happens in the afterlife. I need to know what level of servitude I'm working with and how long is it going to last. If it's eternity, hell no, I don't care.
Yeah, but how do you know what an eternity is? What if there is no eternity?
They're saying there is no end to it. That's eternity.
Okay, well, no. What if they say, hey, I know for a fact when you pass, you're reincarnated into something else, something better than what you were in your previous
Then what are you paying off the debt with?
Your life.
You just die?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's not bad. Like,
that
if
sounds
you're
like
going to
a
take
plan.
care of my kids and they're going to be perfectly fine.
And you'll be reincarnated.
And if I'm going to be reincarnated,
but
yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, see that. I guess that's getting
off too easy.
No, that's actually getting off too easy. But I should have said you come back something worse. Like, so
man, that reminds me of a meme I saw. It was this little kid, and this little baby girl sitting at the high chair. She's getting fed, and she's just screaming. She's like, ah! And it said, when you find out you have been reincarnated into another poor family.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
The parents are sitting there like, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Man, we're gonna have to make that a topic for the podcast one day. Is reincarnation.
Yeah, and I think we did one in the past. But
we can bring it back. Yeah, and guys, us talking like this again. This is how me and Smokey talk on a regular basis. This is how we talk. So, this is the perks of being, checking out the Trash Talkers podcast.
Yeah. I mean, you get to see a little more into our mind outside of the. I mean, of course, most of these topics are about music.
Yeah,
but
we'll get out of that.
We can go a little deeper if you guys want.
You know which one? I see on this list that there's a guy named Brian Jones, and he's from the Rolling Stones. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Brian Jones.
I didn't even realize the Rolling Stones had a member in the 27 Club.
Oh, apparently dude named Brian.
Oh
my God, dude. Who's that? Ron Pigpen from the Grateful Dead. Wow.
Wow, so they had a member die early also.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's see what recent members have come up, if we recognize any of these guys. Of course, you said Fredo Santana. Mm-hmm. You recognize any of these guys?
Let's see. Richard Turner, Amy Winehouse, Dash Snow, Jeremy Ward. Yes, I know Jeremy Ward. Why does that? From Mars Volta. Oh, wow.
Really?
That's crazy. Who else we got on here? Freaky Todd's a rapper. Fat Pat, rest in peace. Houston
Freaky
legend.
Todd. That's Lost Boys, right?
He
was
is.
in Lost Boys. Yeah.
So who else we got? You got. Yeah.
Let's say after Kurt Cobain.
Okay, so who
These
else
are
we
before.
got? So these are before Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
I just want to see Chris Bell. Why does that sound familiar?
Chris Bell was a singer-songwriter, power pop band Big Star.
Huh. Yeah, so I mean, there's guys, look into this. But the Grateful Dead one, here he is right here. So Ron Pigpen McKernan from the Grateful Dead, he died from gastrointestinal hemorrhage associated with
alcoholism. So he probably had cirrhosis.
Man.
He was the founding member, keyboardist, and singer of the Grateful Dead. Now, you guys, when you look through this list, you probably recognize more names than we do here.
Oh yeah, we're still learning. Of course, you got the Jim Morrisons.
Oh yeah.
You got who else we got on here?
Janis Joplin.
Jimi Hendrix. Yes, this is back in the day.
Oh, Alan Blind Al Wilson. That's a blues artist, right?
Lead singer and primary composer of
Canned Heat.
Interesting.
That's not who I was thinking. Canned Heat.
Man,
we haven't covered them. Obviously.
Jimi Hendrix he died from asphyxiation. He died from choking.
Wow, I didn't even realize that.
I thought Jimi.
Maybe I've heard that before, but I didn't remember it right offhand.
Damn. Wait, asphyxiation. That's choking, right?
Yes.
Is that like during the act of?
That would be self-inflicted.
No, I'm talking like when you're wanting to. What's it called when you're having sex and you? Choke?
Yeah, that's self-infliction. Self-inflicted asphyxiation.
Gotcha.
Homoerotic, not homoerotic, but erotic. What is it? What's the word?
There's a word for
erotic asphyxiation. Why is
dude,
that always so
hard? I know.
Asphyxiation. Even back in the day on the podcast, I always had trouble saying that word. Asphyxiation. Yeah,
that's hilarious. Oh man, yeah, man. The 27 Club's a real thing, and it's something that's still happening today. And nowadays, you could, like I said, chalk it up and say, hey, this is just coincidence, you know. Mm-hmm. But with the fact that you got so many prominent people, so great at what they do, I mean, and they pass at 27, and most of them tend to be substance or alcohol abuse.
Or just consequences of living a young and wild lifestyle.
Hey, young. What they say? Live fast, die young.
Die young. Yeah.
Live fast, die young.
I was thinking of a bodybuilder said, what was it? Lift heavy and die young and leave a big ass coffin.
God dang. That's a swole something, boy.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Rich piano.
You know them smelling salts?
Yeah.
We're going to have to do that one day on air.
Oh, definitely.
We're going to have to
try
do
that.
Yeah. Ooh, if y'all don't know what the smelling salts are that weightlifters do, check that out.
Yeah.
We might have to do that one day.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be fun.
Smoke out.
What up?
Let's get into some OMG
and some WTF.
Absolutely, guys. And if you're new here, it's not oh my god, it's not what the it's oh my Georgia and
what the Florida.
Yes. Would you like for me to go first?
Yeah, I went first last time. Let's hear some Georgia stuff.
Alright, so OMG, Smokey. Oh my god. Okay. So gun-toting grandma shoots off robbers in shootout. Okay. So grandmother daughters two robbers' attempts when they held her at gunpoint demanding she give them money on Saturday morning. She was in her car having just dropped off her grandson when the two robbers approached her. One robber shot at her and missed, and Campbell fired back, striking him in the chest. The other robber fled when she began firing at him. Her truck sustained 9 bullet holes and both front side windows were busted out. Lulu got none. She was not hit once, but indeed one of the robbers got hit directly in the chest.
Lulu is gangster.
Lulu is gangster, bro.
Dang.
Gangster.
Grandma just be pumping rounds in them people.
What's up? Well, I got that. Hey, you remember that? You remember "Don't Be a Menace" in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood?
Yeah.
Where the grandma rolled up in this 6'4" cat. What's up?
Yeah. She's
with her 40 and a little gun.
Yeah.
That was cool, man.
Grandma gangster.
Smoked out. What the Florida?
Man, I had to put this one in. I actually skipped this article last week.
Okay.
Because it's a crazy story and it's really sad in the end. But this is the craziest headline I have ever seen. Okay, so...
Before you say that, did y'all just hear what Smokey just said?
The craziest headline. Maybe it's not the craziest story in total, but this is the craziest headline I have ever read in my life.
Let's hear it.
Police say, okay, well, let me preface. It comes from November 5th of 2014.
Okay.
The headline says, police say man with no hands and no legs is armed and on the run.
Oh my god. What the heck? Wait a minute, say that again. Police say man with no hands and no legs is armed.
And on the run.
Oh, that is hilarious, dude.
How is a quadriplegic armed and on the run.
I mean, he's nubbing his way out of there, bro. He's just going.
What is he armed? Is he shoot with his mouth?
Bro, look, there are some people, who are missing limbs like that and are very, like, one of the best gamers in the world is missing arms. Yeah, he's got, like, when you become handicapped in certain spots, it forces your body to become more to figure out a way to get it.
Yeah, you lose I would say a sense, but not a sense. But they say that also. If you lose a sense, you gain an extra one.
Right.
Yeah.
But tell me about this guy with no arms and no legs.
Man, like I said, the story is not as fascinating as the headline. But authorities in Florida are searching for an armed quadruple amputee. And that's crazy. Unarmed quadruple amputee. Who reportedly has been on the run since Tuesday, hoping to question him about his involvement in a double murder.
Oh, what? A double murder? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
He lost his hands and legs to a bacterial meningitis years ago.
I knew that's what it was going to be.
Police say he moved in with his parents last week after separating from his wife amidst some serious financial issues. But it goes on to tell why they need to question him or whatever.
Right.
And that's not really the point. It's just that crazy
headline.
Yes.
Bruh, just imagine you're a cop. Hey, Smokey, come in.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's someone in your vicinity. He's a quadriplegic. He has no arms, no legs, and he's armed and on the run.
How is that possible?
Good question.
I've never seen a man with no legs run. And I've never seen a man with no arms armed.
Oh, I've never seen a man with no legs run, and I've never seen a man with no arms hold a gun.
Fire lyric right
you know
there.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
No man with no legs. I've never seen a man with no legs run, and I've never seen a man with no arms hold a gun.
Yeah,
that's hard.
That's
dude.
awesome. We got to use that.
Oh yeah, and let them know how they can get on the show, Smoke.
Yeah, definitely. So if you guys have a crazy story in your life or in your area that you want to tell us about, and tell all the other trash talkers about, just send us a voice clip, about 1 to 2 minutes, whatever it needs to be. Maybe not something that's going to like a 30-minute dissertation on it, but just give us a short synopsis of the crazy story that happened in your life or in your neighborhood. Send it to the email down below, and we can play it on the show and talk about it.
Absolutely. The past few ones were pretty interesting.
Definitely.
If you guys haven't checked out the previous episodes, some of the stories that the trash talkers have given us have been interesting.
Fascinating. Yes. Mostly paranormal so far, except for the Ron Jeremy story.
Oh, the Ron Jeremy. Shout out Amber for that one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anything else, Mo?
I think that's it for this week.
That's it, guys. Let us know if y'all have any topics for next podcast, Trash Talkers podcast, and we'll be back next Tuesday morning. And with that being said, my name's Manager Hollywood. 6 bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez coming over and out.
Deuces. I'm unarmed and I'm
yeah. Quadriplegic.